From the ashes of divorce, you can come back stronger than ever. This is Divorce to Victory with Kevin Ray Ward. Your new life starts now. Well, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. It is the holidays, normally the greatest, happiest time of the year, the season of happiness and wonder and all that. And here you are facing your first Christmas as a divorced man or going through a divorce, and it can be brutal. It can be lonely. It can become a time of great pain, of sorrow, sadness, guilt, shame, anger, blame. It all can come up. How do you face the holidays as a divorced man in a way that is powerful for you and productive? So in this video, I'm going to talk about 7 different keys or 7 steps to face the holidays powerfully in a way that makes you powerful and feel good as a man, as an ex-husband, as a father. Make this a time of joy and a time of gratitude. So I'm going to give you 7 steps to do that. Step number 1, be worthy. Be worthy. One of the things that happens when we go through our divorce, I remember the first Christmas that I went through after going through divorce and being separated from my family, and I was alienated from my children, and all of that was, I felt like totally like a loser. I felt like nobody wants to be with me. I felt unvalidated. It was just a time of intense loneliness and shame because I didn't want people to think that I didn't have anywhere to go for Christmas. And I was always welcome at my parents, but even there, it was just this odd, awkward thing about it and all of that. How do you deal with that? First step is be worthy. Just know that you are enough as a man, and you are enough even if you are completely by yourself, you're completely alone for the holidays, you're enough. And this is a great time to get in touch with you, to get in touch with yourself. We get so used to our family and having people around us, and we get validated by the presence of other people in our lives, and which is great, it's awesome, but we lose touch with ourselves. And when we're alone or when things aren't going the way we want, we all of a sudden feel like we're not enough. And the reality is, my friend, you are enough. So through this holidays, even if you're getting to spend time with family, if you're getting to spend time with your kids or whatever it is, spend some time alone. Spend some time alone just being with yourself and choosing you as a man to say, you know what? I am comfortable with myself. I can be at peace with myself. I can have a Merry Christmas even alone if I choose that. It's all about you choosing how to feel about yourself and knowing this, like, I may still be in pain, but this is where I'm supposed to be at this moment because I'm in the process of going through this thing of putting the past behind me, of going through the pain of a failed marriage, and there's going to be grief, there's going to be the sadness, there's going to be all of that. But I can be okay with who I am, where I am, and know that I am forward facing, and I'm going to be building a life that I love. So number 1, be worthy, whether you got family around or not. Number 2, be grateful. One of the most important things is that you put yourself into a position of gratitude. Just be grateful for all the great things in your life. Focus on what you have, not what you don't have. Don't focus on what you've lost. Focus on what you still have and what you can build on going into the future. And this just means taking the time to sit down. What I do is every day in my journaling, every single day, I start my journaling with celebration and appreciation. Celebration and appreciation. Just celebrate the great things that are true in your life and appreciate the blessings in your life. And I would write down 5 things a day, every day, 5 things that I'm grateful for and 5 things that I'm celebrating. 5 wins that I'm celebrating for today and 5 things that I'm grateful for. And just put yourself into a mindset of gratitude, of the great things that are still going on in your life. Okay, if the things aren't the way you want them with your children, be grateful for the things that are okay with your children. Be grateful that they're healthy, that they're doing okay, even if you're not getting to see them. And if you are getting to see them, be grateful for that and the time you are getting to spend with them. You're not getting to spend Christmas morning with them the way you've done for their entire lives, but you get to see them on the day after Christmas or Christmas Eve or whatever it is. Be grateful for what you have and focus on what you have rather than focus on what you have lost. Because, my friend, enough of the pity party. This is, with all the pain of it, with all the devastation of a divorce, it is an opportunity for you to rebuild your life and make it better than anything that it was before. So be grateful that, look, I'm in a bad place right now, but hey, guess what? Out of this, I get to rebuild and I get to have something brand new in my life. So be grateful. Step number 3 is to be connected. Be connected, or if you're not connected in other relationships, get connected. Now, what I'm talking about specifically here is I'm not really talking that much about family. Okay, family is great. Be loved with your family. That's going to be for step number 4. But right now, I want to talk about you need to know that you are not alone. Okay, you're just not alone. If you think you're the only person that's going through the pain of being separated or going through a divorce and your family's been broken apart and you've got a broken, what we call a broken home now, and there's just this disconnect from all that, just know, my friend, that you are not alone. And in this time, set the intention and set the commitment that I'm going to find a fellowship. I'm going to find a fellowship of strong men that I can build relationship with, that I can be connected, so I'm not alone. Just knowing that I'm not alone. And I'm not talking about hanging out with weak men, a bunch of weak men who play the victim and cry in each other's beers. I'm talking about men who are committed and focused on going forward, building a great life. And whether they're married or single or divorced or going through divorce, whatever it is, be in fellowship with strong people, whether you can find that through your church, whether you can find that through a Facebook group, whether you can find that with the support group, whether you can find it through masterminds like I have for the men that I work with. A big part of what I do is helping men come together and find that fellowship. In fact, if you're not a member of, if you're a man of faith going through divorce or divorced, and you're not in my Facebook group yet, it's called Divorce to Victory. I think you can find it on Facebook, or you can just private message me. You can find me on either Facebook or on Instagram at Kevin Ward Now, and just go find me, DM me, and just tell me you want to join the Facebook group. And there you're going to be connected with a group of men who are going through the same thing, but are focused on rebuilding their lives after divorce. Because this is one time that, like in any time, when any adversity or any bad thing comes in your life, it's always better to be connected with other people who are in your shoes or have gone through your shoes. And just know, my friend, that you are not alone. Step number four, be love. Be love. Be loving in your family, in your relationships, what you're needing to communicate. And I'm thinking specifically about your children and your family members that have been impacted or affected by the divorce, especially in a negative way, which I don't know any family that's not impacted in a positive way by your divorce. But the thing here is, how do I deal with family issues? How do I deal with child custody and child visitation or whatever? Who's going to get the kids during this time, during Christmas and New Year's? And obviously you're not going to get them for the whole time probably. You may, but most cases you're not going to get to see them most of the Christmas holiday. And you're going to get your chunk of time, and then there's going to be a chunk of time they're not going to be with you. Okay, so how do you deal with that? Here's how you deal with that. Love your kids. Okay, I don't care how old they are, love them. If they're grown, just love. More important than anything else is not whether you see them or not. What's important is that they know that you care about them and you love them during the holiday season. That's the most important thing. The most important thing. Being sad about the fact that you don't get to be together as a family the way it used to be, I get it. It's gone. That is gone. Okay, you have to be loving them all the way through. So if you do get to spend time with them, okay, great. Make sure that time is pleasant. Make sure it's a time where they feel loved by you, where they don't feel guilt-tripped or pressured. Okay, if you can pressure your kid, pressuring them or guilt-tripping them subtly, making them feel guilty wanting to go spend time with their other parent, or guilty for not spending more time with you, and they feel this sense of pressure, instead of making them want to be with you more, it makes them want to avoid you more. It makes them not want to be at your house. It makes them not want to spend time with you, because anytime I spend time with him, he's going to guilt trip me. He's going to make me feel bad. He's going to pressure me. He's going to, be looking for pity. Okay, you do not need ever to get pity from your kids. Okay, you got to be a man. This is where it goes back to step number one. You have to be worthy, be enough. You don't need your kids' love or their time with you to validate how important you are. It's about your children. In this case, it's about them, not about you. It's about you loving them and you acting in their best interest, not about getting them to make you feel the way that you want to feel. My friend, you got to find within yourself the courage and the self-image to find wholeness in yourself, to validate you, not get validation by the amount of time your kids spend with you, or in some cases, like you'll see them like if they live in the family home that you guys had before the divorce, and they're with their mom, and that's where they are for the holidays, and that's all their friends and all this, and you're living off somewhere in an apartment or a condo or a townhouse or somewhere kind of remote or disconnected from all that, and you see them, all the posts on social media, and it looks like they're having a great time and all this, and you're missing out on it. I get it. It's painful, but love them. Deal with it. You have to deal with it. If you get sad, I get it. It's okay to be sad. When you get sad, be grateful for what you do have. When you get sad, be worthy and know that, you know what? I'm enough. It's tough right now. This is not how I dreamed it would be. It's not how I liked it to be, but I'm going to be okay. And my kids are going to be okay. And I just need them to know that I care about them and I love them. And that more than anything else has got to be true. Okay. Step number 5 is be free from your ex. Be free from your ex. Again, if you're in the middle of a divorce or if this is your first Christmas or holiday separated, there's very likely going to be this empty place inside of you. And again, it's tough. It's brutal. And if you cry at times, you just lose it. It's all right. That's part of the grief process. That's normal. It's natural. It's healthy. This is part of healing. And it's going to come in waves. And all of a sudden you're like, I can't stand it. I'm so alone. I'm so desperate. I'm so lonely. I'm so depressed. All of that. I get that. But let her and your connection to your ex and your connection to the past, let it go. Okay, if you got great memories from the past, great. Keep the memories, but let go of your emotional attachment to the fact that that's gone. You got to grieve about the loss. Grieve. It's okay to cry about it. It's okay to be sad about it. And then let it go. And go like, I'm going to be fine. I'm forward facing. I'm going to build a new life. I'm building a better life than I ever had before. And so if you're in a situation, okay, where if your ex is negative or if she is in any way poison or if the relationship was poison, if it was like conflict, just like conflict and tension and lies or, accusations, if there's like rejection, she just like treats you like dirt, be free of her. Don't try to talk to her. Don't contact her. Stop trying to find solace in her or in anything that you think you might be able to get from her. Okay, like validation, or I need to get her respect, or I need to get her understanding, or I need to get closure from her. You don't need any of that from her, brother. You need to find you, choose you, and be free of her. Okay, be totally free of her. So let her go. Let your attachment to her approval go. Let your attachment to needing her respect, let it go. She's gone. Let her go. Move on with your life. If you need to grieve the loss, grieve the loss. I totally get that. And that's, again, totally healthy, totally normal. And it is hurt. It's painful. It hurts, but you can get through it and you can get over it. Okay, now I'll say on the other hand here, if your relationship with your ex is amicable, like you get along great, your focus is on the best interest of the children, and so you're able to talk and communicate civilly and able to do that without deep tension or conflict of going at each other. If you can do that and you want to do something together for the kids as a family, even though you're no longer a couple, even though you're no longer husband and wife, but you're still mom and dad, and you want to get together and do something with the kids, have Christmas dinner together or whatever, go, oh, that's awesome. It's great. But if you can't do that amicably and you get there and then it's all like innuendo and subtle little jabs or just the pain is too great, if you can't handle that amicably and feel good about it, for you, feeling good about it, then don't do it. Okay? You do not need anything from your ex. Okay? Some ex-spouses get along great and they're great with them and the kids, and if you can do that, it is a huge blessing. Go for it. But if you can't, don't do it. Okay? You do not need to submit yourself to torture to try to hold up an image or to try to say, well, we just need to do it for the kids. I get you want to do things for your kids, but do things for you too. Okay? You have to look out for your best interest because your kids are watching, is dad taking care of himself? And it's important that they see that. Okay? And this is, we're not playing games. There's no BS here. This is not about manipulation. This is not about trying to make things look a certain way. This is about you being true to yourself and you being true to your kids. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you the last 2 steps. Step number 6 is be strong. Be strong. And that means when you're in pain, you can hold the pain and not leak and bleed all over your children or all over your family members. Now, this is where you want to be connected. You need friendships. You need people that you can share the pain with, that you can come unglued and just let it all out and tell the truth, how much you hurt and all that kind of stuff in a relationship that it's not going to push them away or make them not want to hang out with you or see you. Okay, so be strong. Be strong for your children. It's okay to let them know you hurt. If you're sad, it's okay to let them know you're sad, but don't make them sad that you're sad. In other words, do not beg or try to get their pity or their mercy or any of that kind of stuff. Because again, it doesn't pull them into a relationship with you. It doesn't elevate you. It doesn't elevate the relationship. It's you basically trying to make yourself feel better by making them feel as bad as you do. And that's not going to serve you, and it's certainly not going to serve them. So you got to be strong. Okay? Be honest. Be true to yourself. If you're sad, it's okay, again, to be sad, but be strong. Be a man. You can rise and overcome this, and you can move forward. And the pain of the loss, the pain of what has been lost, all that's going to heal over time. Okay? But the way it heals over time is not just because time passes. It heals because you stop looking at the past. You stop trying to hold on to the past, and you start looking toward the future. And that's what you got to be doing. Be grateful for what you got, but be grateful for the future that you are building. That future is going to bless you, and it's going to bless your children and your family as well. And then finally, number 7, the 7th step to face the holidays through the divorce alone is be real. Be real. Just be honest about what's going on. Okay? When I say be strong for them, I'm not saying act like nothing's wrong, nothing hurts you, nothing gets you. If you can be able to hold your emotional composure and say, I know, and tell them, I'm sorry it ended this way. This is not how I wanted it to be. It's not how you or your mom, how me or your mom ever visualized this going. And I'm sorry that we're having to go through this. But I love you. I am here for you. I will be here for you, and we're going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. You're going to be okay. They need to see you be strong, and they need to see you be real. You're not faking it. If you need to protect yourself, be honest about it. Don't bleed on them. Don't go for their pity or any of that. Be strong, be real, and choose you. My friend, you are not alone. When you're lonely, you're never alone. If you're a person of faith, you got God. But in any way, if you are not connected to anybody, I want to invite you to reach out to me. You can DM me. You can, again, find me on Instagram, Kevin Ward Now, and DM me. I work with men, but if you're a lady and you need to DM me, I can connect you directly with somebody that will connect with you and help you, work with you to get you through this time. Because it's important that you know you are not alone. You can face the holidays with courage and with gratitude, and ultimately find the joy on the other side of the pain. If you have comments or questions here, if you're watching this on YouTube or wherever you can put comments, feel free to do that. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel or subscribe to this podcast if you've not yet done that, and I'll see you on the next podcast.